And our lead coming from the National Basketball Association. If you thought you were going to get a close game, you're a loser. It was the maiden voyage of the Western Conference Finals. Game number 1. The Mavericks and the Warriors there, more like the Mavericks in this game. San Francisco, the site, so you got to be there, be square. I think that's what they used to say back in the day. So did you watch? Possibly not. Now, don't worry, you did not miss anything, and we watched for you. Another snoozer from the National Basketball Association in a playoff game. Oh, the playoffs are so exciting. All these game-winning shots. Well, I feel like we've gotten more of these type of games where the game is lopsided by the time the fourth quarter comes around. And so this time, it was Steph Curry. Well, he didn't really play that great. He had 21 points, but 7 different Warrior players in double figures, and Golden State ended up eviscerating Dallas, led by as many as 30. They win 112-87. So that means if you bet on the Golden State Warriors, you won the bet on the money line, or obviously money line you won, and with the point spread. So the Warriors get first blood in the Western Finals, and Game 2, got to wait a couple days for that, back in the Bay Area. But the better story here in the Mavericks locker room, the losing locker room, that's where the drama is. That's where the emotion is raw. Everyone's kissing the Warriors. As I was watching the TNT coverage, and it was like a religious revival when Draymond Green in uniform ran out to play grab ass with Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley and those guys. It was really, it was reminiscent of when my guy Patrick Beverley and the Minnesota Timberwolves celebrated the play-in championship. It was the same vibe there for Golden State. But the Mavericks, on the other hand, they have to explain what happened, blah, 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 blah. So let us discuss the question. Very simply, how do you explain the Mavericks getting butchered by the Warriors? So I've got bipolar Lionel Richie and Aristotle. And we'll tie all of this together, and that will be the foundation for this Maller monologue. So A, sometimes you are the windshield and sometimes you're the bug in life. We saw the other day, Dallas played that role out perfectly in Game 7 when the Suns were a no-show in Game 7 of the second round of the NBA Plus. But in this game, Dallas, they continue to show a pattern where they win or it's cover your eyes terrible. Cover your eyes terrible. So this loss was on brand. It was on brand because you take a couple steps back, and the Mavericks, even though they're just 4 wins away from the NBA Finals, are the living embodiment of a bipolar team. Extreme peaks and valleys. The Mavericks are the 6th team now, I just read this earlier, 6th team in NBA history to have 3 20-point wins and 3 20-point losses in a single postseason run. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you go by history, that is a bad sign. That's a bad omen for Dallas. None of the other 5 teams ended up winning a championship. It goes back to the 76ers of the early 80s, the Supersonics, shout out Seattle, in the mid-90s, the Celtics of 2010, and the Warriors did this back in 2016, and the Spurs also accomplished this. But as my old pal, retired sportscaster Dick Stockton used to say, stats tell you what has happened. They don't tell you what's going to happen. So file that one away. Now, part B of this, the Dallas Mavericks getting run off the court. Have the Mavericks now created a situation where they are royally screwed because of this game? Or more importantly, have the Warriors solved the conundrum of how to stop Luka Doncic? Because there's a lot of talk leading up to this. It's amazing how quickly this turns on a dime when it comes to Luka. But my answer to the question, have the Mavericks solved the conundrum of how to stop Luka Doncic, is hell no, as far as the Warriors are concerned. The NBA media slobbering all over Andrew Wiggins. And I've seen lockdown defense. The Golden State Warriors lockdown Doncic. And this is what's known as jumping the gun because 24 hours ago, it was Luka Doncic is now Larry Bird. He's unguardable. And now he did not play well. He did not play well. But now he's trash. And I would say, listen up. Luka sucked at a time you cannot suck. He finished with a minus 30 plus minus rating for Dallas there in 35 minutes. Only 20 points. That's it. And if you gamble and you bet on prop bets, the over-under was like 33, 34, 35, something like that. It's an insane number. And he finished with 20 points. And when you're the headliner, I do believe when you're the headliner and you go out of tune, you're in the band and you're playing a sour note, you got to own it. And the entire game, he was in quicksand. For a while, Golden State and Dallas, it was within arm's length for the Mavericks. And did his teammates help him out? No. The teammates were also in quicksand. But Luka, in this game, he was like an old musician, Lionel Richie from the Commodores. It was a brick house for the Mavericks. Mavericks shot 36%, but the three-point shooting was what really stood out here. All they do is shoot three-point shots. You'd think at some point, like Golden State, I'll give them credit. I'll give Steve Kerr credit there. They at least attempted in the first half. They weren't making three-point shots early, so they went to the two-point shot. An amazing concept. Dallas didn't really do that. 11 of 48. They shot less than 23% from three-point range. It was futility on display. Now, one of the other storylines, in addition to Andrew Wiggins now is the shutdown defender of Luka, did Doncic struggle because of his youth? That's another popular storyline bouncing around, and that's also poppycock. And I get it. The excuse makers are working overtime because Luka didn't play well, and I saw him miss a lot of open shots. I didn't see lockdown defense by the Golden State Warriors. I saw Luka go clankety-clank, brickety-brick. That's what I saw. So I would advise you, don't be that guy, pal. Don't be that guy. Like, oh, that's because Luka's young. Stop. The lack of effort, though, rebounding, was troubling. There's no way. Dallas and Golden State are pretty similar size-wise. There's no way that Golden State should have 18 more rebounds, especially when the Mavericks are the ones missing all the shots. And you get in position. Chances are when your guys shoot, you're going to miss. All right, last word here. So how big an edge do the Warriors get from winning game one? So it's minuscule. It's minuscule. You don't get a medallion for doing what you're supposed to do. And so there's no extra credit. And Golden State was favored to win this game. And they had a business-like approach. They missed a bunch of shots early in the game. All the Warriors starters, by the time it ended, had at least 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And they do that without the Splash Brothers dominating. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry were just kind of there. Like, you said, well, Steph Curry led the Warriors in scoring, but you expect more. The level of expectation is not for him to score 21 points. And Klay Thompson had a goose egg in the first half. Combined, those guys, Curry and Thompson, missed 9 of 16 shots. Actually, Curry missed 9 of 16 shots. Thompson made a bunch in the second half, but the Curry shooting from the foul line, he missed 3 foul shots there. Out of character. But in the end, listen, the Warriors won. Congratulations. They win game one in a snoozer. No need to watch from about midway through the third quarter to the end. Reminiscent of what happened between Boston and Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, game one. So this is an Aristotle situation for the Warriors. The whole on this night greater than the sum of its parts because Curry and Thompson, very fortunate. Guys like Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins had a good offensive game. The Golden State was able to get some other guys to spread it around. It's like peanut butter. You got to spread the peanut butter around the bread. That's what you got to do there. Now, Golden State's favored to win this series. They should win this series. We picked Golden State to win this series. The only thing that was somewhat profound that happened in game one was how easy the Warriors were shooting, how comfortable they were. That's the right word. Comfortable shooting the basketball. The Warriors shot 56% from the floor and showed they don't have to go to just pop a shot, that they have the ability to shoot the two-point shot. Now, they still took 29 three-point shots. But in comparison, side by side, when you look at the 48 for the Mavericks, they're like, well, that seems like a more reasonable amount. That seems like a more reasonable path to go down.